What's up, guys? My name is A. Littleton. Welcome to another YouTube video. I don't talk like this in any other walk of life, so I'm not going to talk like this like 90% of other YouTubers who sound like robots. Hey up. Thanks for watching. I stream 4 days a week on Twitch, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 till midnight UK time. Please come and say hello and say I came from YouTube and I'll give you a prize. Let's go on with the video. Cheers! Okay, so let's start by having a look at the new border rework. As you can see, the spawns are exactly the same. East vehicle valley, west vehicle exit. So nothing's changed on that front. We'll spawn over on the east side of the map and have a look what's changed over there, which is one of my favorite changes actually. Is as an external staircase, which has been added, which I'll show you now. And just before we get started with the video, as you can see on the still image above, massive shout out to Jeremy, one of the level designers over at Ubisoft working on Rainbow Six Siege. During the Year 6 reveal, during his interview, he was wearing a hat with my logo on that he'd bought previously, and 120,000 people were watching that stream at the time. So massive shout out, massive thank you to Jeremy. Absolutely blew me away, man, to see my logo on one of the Siege reveal videos. Thank you, man. So this area is pretty much the same. Not much has changed. You now can't get on the old Cali spot to see through the window, which has changed. So straight away, as soon as you spawn in, probably get rid of the old default. Oh my god, what a one tap. That was actually a two tap, but whatever. The window that was on the back of office there is now no longer spawn peekable. So you feel a bit safer spawning on the east side, which is nice. As you come down to the bottom of the east side, you'll notice a huge change here on the back of towers / bathroom area. This area used to be completely external. As you can see here, it's now been replaced by a staircase. We'll go through what's on the other side of that wall in just a second. But yeah, there used to be a soft wall here which led into towers, which was along this wall here, but that's not there anymore. But yeah, we'll start with the ground floor first, because this is one of the biggest changes. So we come into towers. The soft wall is still here. This used to be an external soft wall. But if we come through here, I'll show you. What? I'll show you in this area. This is now the bathroom that's been extended. So this wall here, where this concrete pillar is, you can actually see just a few of that tile line there. That tile line there used to be the external wall. So this whole area here used to be outside. This has now been extended into the bathroom, which is a huge change, especially when you're defending vents and workshop, because you could extend through this wall possibly and extend the site into here, reinforce this other hatch. But yeah, this is a huge change. This used to be an external area. Now it's not. This corridor is pretty much the same. Still soft walls across the back of workshop. This is something I noticed yesterday when I was messing around. So if I just go and open the usual rotate when you're playing Vents Workshop over here, if I'm entirely honest, I can't quite remember if there was a line of sight here before. I don't think there was. But if you're a defender with a half decent scope or some unbelievable eyes, you could now hold the hop in through Vents window all the way from the back of bathroom. I mean, it'd have to be a pretty decent shot, but it's possible. So this site now, I think what I'm going to do when defending Vents Workshop, especially on the back workshop area here, is make a rotate here and extend into the bathroom and then reinforce this wall here and extend the workshop area. So if the hatch does get opened here, you've got somewhere to fall back to, or somewhere to, if they do push from vents into workshop and you can't take the fight, you can rotate around this side and push into workshop this side, or even round all the way to the bottom of metal stairs. So this site's changed a little bit, not in the sense of the site itself, but what's around the site is going to change the way that it gets played, I think. So jumping into vents quickly, I don't think much has changed here, if at all. I don't know what that is. Was that there before? I don't think so. It's a handle. Didn't do anything. So yeah, not much has changed here. I think the layout has changed slightly. It's a bit simpler here. There's a bit more areas to plant. I mean, I still think the best plant spot's going to be over there. Probably just a little bit safer. You don't want to plant there as soon as you get seen from the rotate. Hello. But yeah, this area is pretty much the same. So one thing you will notice just coming into the area at the bottom of metal stairs is this area above now is now unbreakable. This used to be a soft floor, so you could, because the armory wall was above here, so you used to be able to come in here as IQ or Ash or Zoph or whatever it might be, Buck, and take the wall denial off the wall. That's changed now. This is still soft here, which is the door adjacent to the wall. You might still be able to see a cade, possibly, depending when it's placed. But now you can't destroy the wall denial from below, which is an interesting change. 1 tap, 2 tap. Gotcha. Hatch is still in the same place. Hatch at the back of workshop is still the same place. Let's go over. This area has changed as well. This is still the same here in detention or jail, whatever you want to call it. This has changed slightly. The door used to be this side. Now it's on the left. And this area has changed as well. And we're also playing this side, so you can see what I mean. You can now get behind this sort of storage rack or whatever it is, these pallets. And this will obviously become the new sort of default plan spot when you jump in the window. But yeah, you used to just jump in and the thing was just straight across here, wasn't it? Whereas now you can just jump in and move around, which is good for the defenders because you can actually play the window a bit more now. You know, you can play behind the bomb on the window or behind this side here. So there's a few more options for the defenders here. What I suspect is this may end up having a rotate here. So if anyone does jump in the window, if anyone's playing around this area, or even in from server maybe, you can cover the jumping from the window. Which you could have done before, but obviously there was a thing in the way here. So you couldn't actually see the window from this area. So I'm looking forward to seeing the way the site gets set up going forward. The customs area is still pretty much the same. There's a couple of changes. These two walls are now hard and they're not soft anymore. They used to be breachable. They're no longer breachable. And this soft wall going into the customs desk or passport check, as it sometimes gets called, which is a little bit confusing because that's also passport through there. Anyway, so that's changed a little bit. Still the hatch there, the two soft walls, and this single soft wall has changed. Actual 1 tap, let's fucking go. So, the passport area hasn't changed at all, apart from the two, the hard walls. And this is when it gets into my two favorite changes are upstairs, and I'll show you what I mean. So, the top east stairs area has changed quite dramatically. The triple wall is still here, but the I don't know why I'm doing this as sledge, but the triple wall is now within the building as such, as opposed to it being outside the building. So this doorway obviously used to be over this door, which is going to change quite a bit. This is my favorite change in the whole map. There's now a rotator from the top of east stairs across over lobby and into break room, which is, for a defender that roams a lot, which I do, is huge. So now rather than flanking up east stairs, what a 1 tap, flanking up east stairs and having to come down the main hallway towards 90 to get into break and CC, which is obviously a highly contested area in most games that are played in Arsenal, or even in most sites, to be honest. This is a key area. Now you don't have to go down this dangerous corridor. There was always somebody prone there with a bullet hole as well. But now you can come straight up the stairs, turn left, through this new rotate over lobby, and into break room this way. And I think you're going to see a lot more people holding this area, and because break room and CCTV was always typically tough to hold because there wasn't a very easily rotate out of there. Whereas now I feel that you're going to have an easier chance of holding this because you've got an escape route if need be. Another nice change in the CC area here is this little area. You can hop up here and cover the break room door if need be. Obviously you're going to be exposed from the CC window, but yeah, there's another area you can cover there. These used to be soft walls. People used to hold the flank with like a nasty bullet hole angle from here onto this door. You could like punch a hole in the wall and hold the flank for anyone pushing through, and it was really tough to be seen. Whereas now obviously that's not possible as this is a solid wall. Hatches have changed positions somewhat, but not a massive amount. The old hatch used to be in this area, didn't it? Whereas yeah, it's not changed a massive amount. You used to get a lot of people camping in the back corner there when you were playing customs, so maybe that'll change now because they can be seen from the hatch. The other hatch is still exactly the same over the custom small office. So having a quick look into Armory. The balcony has changed somewhat. Obviously this used to go all the way down here, and these used to be hollow as well. You used to be able to hold an angle on rappel from here. That's not the case anymore. But you can still be ran out on from the top of these stairs all the way to the end there, so just watch out for that. The main breach area has changed somewhat. Not a great deal. There's a little bit more space, I feel. There used to be some clutter in the corner there, but that's now gone. But yeah, there's a little bit more space now. You can probably be a little bit safer on your drone here. It's going to be vulnerable to a run out though if anyone gets brave and gives you one of them, which I've fallen foul of a couple of times, unfortunately. So this is the new armory lockers area. As I mentioned before below, this is now the reinforced wall, which means you're going to get a lot more people playing this area and being aggressive on the door, I think. Used to be able to turf people out of here quite easily with an ash below or a buck below. Whereas now, I think you're going to have a lot more people playing more aggressively here and trying to deny the breach if possible. The half wall is still the same. That still leads through into the vents window, so you can see still the ash from underneath there. I actually saw a video that I think it was Get Flanked who did a video, and where he drove the drone in the drone hole and vents just here, and managed to, the Flores drone I'm talking about here, and managed to get the Flores drone up onto the floor below and stick to the floor, and then blow up underneath half wall, which obviously is huge because this is an area that anchors play quite often on this site. That's going to be interesting to see what happens there. I mean, I always recommend whoever's playing Ash just to come straight in here, into the window, within the first 20 seconds and stick an Ash charge in this area. Because it just makes people a bit more cautious when they're playing around here. This area has changed as well, so Sandwich Window has changed. You can now defend Sandwich Window a lot easier. You used to have to stand behind here and sort of try and peek from this side if you could. Whereas now, this new sort of locker area in the middle is going to be able to give you a bit of cover from Sandwich Window if need be. This piece in itself is really, really useful. Reason being, you can play on this wall. You can stand in this area here. You can cover the breach or someone coming through the door. You can also cover someone coming up east or jumping, bolting through into a small office. But this locker in the middle now is going to be a really useful item in the map to cover from both sides. And then of course you can go behind here. I mean, it's a bit thin to be peeking around each side, but you can hold an angle into archives if you need to. So this area has changed quite a bit. So this line here used to be the old breachable wall, the old double wall, and you used to breach through here, sneak in here and plant behind the bomb, which used to be here. This area is now huge. It's a big area. I'm not sure if a little piece of cover in the middle, much like we just talked about these lockers here, a bit of cover in this area might be necessary. Because this is a huge open area. If this gets breached from the window, which could be easily done by an Ace or a Havana, there's not really anywhere to go other than all the way back to here. I'm not sure if a piece of cover in the middle of this area may have been too strong for the defenders. I'm not sure, but this is a huge open area now, and I feel you might see a lot more a lot more teams push the site from the east side, from this side, rather than from the usual armory wall side. I think this may be especially because you can breach this wall as well. You can get both open. Obviously, you're going to be quite exposed for the plant. So whether you clear this area and then you can try and get the plant off around here, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. I'm excited to see what people do with it. So yeah, this area, as I say, has changed. The triple wall is now inside, as we've discussed when we came up these stairs. And getting through this window has now been made somewhat safer. The hatch has moved places slightly to go, instead of being above towers, now the hatch is now above the extended bathroom, as we saw below. Yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting, when we play upstairs now, I think it's going to be an interesting space. I think there's going to be a lot more people pushing from this side, given the changes. And the final change that I want to show you is probably my favorite change in amongst that break room east stairs rotate that we talked about, is this new staircase outside here. So I used to push from the east side quite a lot, because I play Ace, mainly. Thermite and Ace, but mainly Ace these days. And I used to come up here, rappel up here, and then rappel in through this gap that there used to be two gaps, obviously. And I used to rappel in here, which was always a nightmare, because there was quite often somebody holding the east stairs. East stairs. Or somebody over there in archives. And this area was always precarious, because if there was a defender there and a defender there, you've got to take a fight and win or you're dead. Whereas now you can drone here. You can have a bit of cover whilst you're trying to figure out what's going on. That light is a health and safety issue. I'm going to trip up on the way down there. I've got to sort that out. But yeah, this area now I think has made attacking this side of the map, once again, as I say, the east side, a lot more interesting. So you come up these stairs. Again, you can push east stairs or into archives. But I think this area now is ripe for some new strats to take the archives area, especially if you've got someone on aircon window, as I call it. we'll call this vents window, I think. I've got aircon window. If you've got somebody on this window holding the cross, you've got somebody on this balcony, you can just do the default plan. Somebody holding maybe far from the window, but it's going to be interesting. So that pretty much wraps it up. I am really happy about the changes. This rotate especially is going to make defending much easier. And the area here, the CC break area, which once you'd got it was pretty much done and dusted because you couldn't really get it back off the attackers, is going to be super interesting with late flanks and roamers coming up these stairs and into break room this way. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. If there's any area of the map that I haven't talked about or any area of the map that you're excited about, let me know. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks very much.